If the man won't move to Mohammed, Mohammed will move. Right, my lords and ladies, before we start, a quick note, if I may, on health and safety. Can you imagine this in the Middle Ages? You rock up to a castle. You got your knights, gleaming. You got your archers, not so gleaming. You got your trebuchet. And what have we got on the castle walls? Guy in a pinstripe with a hard hat and a clipboard. And he shouts down with a lanyard hanging down here saying health and safety. And he shouts down, "Are you attacking the castle?" And we all go, "Yeah!" He goes, "You're not down on my appointment list. Come back tomorrow." With this in mind, could you please be careful as castles are dangerous places and can result in semi-permanent injury or possibly even fatal death. With this in mind, note we're taking the prop out of this, the portcullis right there. As you can see, that is now hanging freely. That is not a decoration. That is a monster right there. That portcullis is held in place. 2 ropes, 1 counterweight, 1 winch, and Charlotte. You see why I've moved this further and further away? She's not in a good mood today, our Charlotte there. She's got 1 hand on the winch and the other hand on her iPod. Can't make it work. What she's getting is Cliff Richard. She's not happy. So, my lords and ladies, as soon as you get inside the castle for any reason, you cannot go this way here. For fear that I will hit you with a sword, a portcullis might fall on your head, or you may get savaged by Charlotte. And either of these can be scary. You need to get inside the castle for any reason, that way there and over the bridge. This is a short demonstration, does not last long. So by the time you've done that, I'll have done this. Also, can I apologise on behalf of the castle? This is the one place on this historic site we cannot use a microphone. The reason being, the people of Warwick live just beyond that tree line there. Now back in the Middle Ages, those people out there would do what we said. Now, we do what the town council says. If you ever wanted a greater, more apt description of the difference between medievalism and modernity, and reams have been written about it, but if you ever want a simple encapsulation of it, that encapsulates it in a nutshell for me. Well, let me crack on. My lords, ladies, knights, nobles, children of all ages, I expect to hear a big loud cheer when I say, "Welcome to Warwick Castle." Hey! So glad you're here. Can we sound like we? If that was Windsor Castle, you might get away with it. This is a proper castle. Sound like we there goes my knighthood. I said, "Welcome to Warwick Castle!" And I warn you here and now that our enemy approaches. He approaches with evil, vile ambition. And to achieve that evil, vile ambition, he'll put our children to the slaughter. You're all going right now. That's something worth queuing for. 2 weeks into the summer holiday, and that's all. I know what you mean. My lords and ladies, so I ask you here and now, I'm scared of the answer now. I ask you here and now, to avoid this terrible fate, will you fight for Castle Warwick? Yay! So reassured. Look, I don't want to denigrate your efforts any more than I have done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take matters into my own hands, and we're going to lower this, the portcullis. With your help, on the count of 3, everybody here, you're all going to shout the medieval words for lower the gate. And in the 14th century, those words were, lower the gate. I have kept it suspiciously simple. I knew you were coming today. It has to be loud. Charlotte's in the middle of this tower right here. If you're quiet, conservative, British conservative, stiff upper lip and very quiet, we are going to be here all day, and we've all got better things to do than watch a gate go up and down. So it's got to be loud so she can hear you. They've got all this working, it's brilliant. You can't see any of it, but it's working, and that's great. You can't move where the winch is, it's got to stay there, but it's encased in stone. So as loud as you can, lower the gate after 3. 1, 2, 3! Give me a cheer for the gate away! Oh, let's be honest, you are cheering the fact you've been locked out. Now this portcullis is now lowered down, as you can see. This is a lattice work of wood, ash or oak, not made of steel. People are often disappointed they come here, they think it's not made of steel. It's not made of steel. Can you imagine how expensive that would be? Steel this thick, this heavy right here. It would cost more than probably the king could afford in a year. Also, the walls probably couldn't take the weight. The ropes couldn't take the weight. The counterweight couldn't take the weight. The winch couldn't take the weight. Charlotte couldn't take the weight, but nothing else could. This winch here, this portcullis here, has been here since 1768. There's been a portcullis here since the time of Edward III, the 100 Years' War, and the fight against the French. Disappointing. It's either big cheer or boo, it's up to you. Anyone from France here at all? Yes. He's a Chelsea fan and he's small, you can boo. So, I said, it's been a portcullis here for the time of the 100 Years' War and the fight against the French. You are French, bienvenue, le château fort. Je suis la haute pour le château fort. But it has to be said that in times of peace, this gate here forms a vital function. It's great for security. We have all the main gates open, have this portcullis down, and we control who gains access to the inner sanctum. But in times of war, in times of conflict, it really comes into its own. Firstly, it's there to protect the main gate on the inside. But of itself, it's quite heavy. I can lift it myself. But if I lift it, it's going to take a little bit of time. The guys behind me are going to get shot or stabbed. It's going to cost lives. If you beat it, if you break it, if you burn it, no matter what you do, it's attritional. It's going to cost you something to get inside. Normally, your men. And then it also protects the main gate, and that can be found further inside. This would be about a foot thick, made of oak, iron shod, with a wooden bracing bar. All we've got left of this majestic gate are the hinges. Don't be disappointed. As you walk in, look to the left and right, and as you walk in, think, I can't find those on a Sunday at B&Q. They're quite impressive. These hinges here. So we've got the portcullis and the big heavy gates on the inside. And to get through these two obstacles is going to cost you an awful lot. Men will die as they try and break their way through. But to make it even more expensive, we have an extra surprise. And that can be found right up here. When I tell you what's up here, I expect to hear a big loud ooh from everybody here. Ooh. Not yet. You see, in this archway, between the portcullis and the gate, we have what can only be described as murder holes.
Ooh!
No, I said murder hole. No, I wanted shock and awe, not Julian Clary. Get you in your murder holes. Can we sound like we mean it? I said murder hole. Oh, you're just being sarcastic. And through these murder holes we pour murder. In the form of hot water coming down, burning and blistering the skin. Hot sand, ashes and coals. Again, common ingredients used to keep people away. As you come in, look up, see how small these holes are, and imagine men aiming down a crossbow, sighting you and loosing a quarrel, skewering you through. Again, this cost of life building up as you just try and get through the first obstacle. I often hear the cry, hot oil. Oil's expensive. Don't spend that kind of money on my friends. Oil was used, don't get me wrong, but it's tricky through these murder holes. They're small. We were going to use oil up there, over the top. So these guys are being shot, these guys are being boiled. Everyone give me sounds of pain and burning death. Or pirates. Landlocked Warwickshire and its band of cutthroat pirates. But of course, we used other substances as well. Hot urine.
Oh.
And most are going, one or two are going. Whatever we use short of a warm welcome here at Warwick. I couldn't resist it, come on. But of course, we have more. We have more than the portcullis. We have more than the gates. We have more than the murder holes. Well, that was Scooby-Doo. This is a portcullis. We're not kiddie-friendly. We have this bridge right here. Now it's a fixed bridge. Back then, it would be a drawbridge. And imagine chains and ropes on this span going from here, up through the holes here. And men in here would winch this drawbridge up, slowly but surely, covering this central section, blocking all this off. And once it's up, you're not getting in. That's it, game over. Imagine you're an enemy archer. You turn up here at the castle.